We were doing a zero trust east-west microsegmentation project for them. These things typically start out with a network team and a firewall or security team, and you're working with those individuals, and they're like, well, we just need to protect the production environment. And we're like, well, what about QA? What about dev? What about pre-prod? And they're like, well, those aren't as important as prod. And then we start our process with these people and we go down a path and we say, okay, well, where's the security policy people? Get them in the room. Where's the compliance people? Get them in the room. Let's have a conversation about what this looks like. And it's not a technical problem. It's a business problem. It's a business risk assessment. A technology person's assessment of business risk is going to be different than, say, a CFO or a risk management, chief risk management officer's perspective on risk. So policy people came in the room. They said, hey, how come we're not deploying these agents on all of our environment? They're like, oh, well, we don't need to. We don't want to buy that many agents. He's like, and the first thing came out of his mouth, you realize we're using copies of our production database in dev. And they all looked somewhat dumbfounded. So they went from covering 400 servers to covering almost 2,000 servers because their risk was that distributed. And so there's a mindset change that needs to happen in how you approach security. You need to be able to develop securely, but just making sure that those hosts are protected so that they don't get compromised by some zero-day vulnerability that somebody decided to drop a patch in dev that opens them up to something. Being able to monitor those CVEs in real time, that's probably my biggest, I'm always a little bit amazed at what goes on with that.